You guys, so today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, we will be showing guys which sports cards we believe are the best purchases in February of 2021. The market is moving incredibly fast on a lot of players such as Kobe, Jordan, LeBron right now, and there's so many opportunities for money to be made in this market. Now, before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program, and recently we have been absolutely killing it. So we were buying up just 4 weeks ago these Kobe Bryant second-year Topps Chrome super low population report. We were getting PSA 10s for just around $1,500 and PSA 9s just around, I believe, $400 to $500 range. So we were buying them in December 1st, roughly this time. So as you can see right there, PSA 10 sold for $1,300. Currently, that card is over, I believe, $5,000, $5,000 to $6,000. It's very hard to find them in a PSA 10, so that's why we do not see many selling. But a BGS 9 over here did $660 with quite a lot of greening. They're doing around $275 ungraded. I was buying these at just $10, so this is one of the many investments that have done very well for us. So as you can see there, the cheapest one up available is around $4,200 in a PSA 10, but this is just one of the many investments that have really taken off for us. So if you guys would like to join in on the profit and make some big money with us this year, all you have to do, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com, and you can actually use code WINTER2020 to get you 15% off for the next 24 hours. So if any of you guys want to join, now's a great time because we have this promo code for the next 24 hours where you can use code WINTER2020 to get you 15% off. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So some of the biggest cards, obviously right now, my personal big prediction is that sports cards are really going to start to go global. Social media can really carry this global. Every time we get a big sale, we get a lot of global investors and collectors coming into the market. And that's certainly going to cause the biggest and brightest global stars to go up in price. One of those will be Tony Parker, in my opinion. 2001 Topps Chrome has a super low population report, and Tony Parker was, an international icon. People love him in France, from where he's from, and all over Europe. Tony Parker is one of the best European players of all time. I believe this can be a very iconic card in the future. As global, as cards become global, you're going to see a lot of increases in these cards. Even guys like Manu Ginobili, I personally believe can get big, increases in their prices solely because of demand. All it is demand, and obviously demand for international folks is generally higher, and especially there's a lot more room to grow. So as you guys can see over here, there's not many on the market, but if you can find these, they're very good buys. Obviously, probably the brightest European star of all time is Dirk Nowitzki. So Dirk Nowitzki is another player who will definitely, he's already started to see a big increase in his prices, but this is still quite cheap for, the greatest European of all time. So, and the pop report on these is very, very low. We've seen so many cards like this really take off. Recently, we've seen Allen Iverson start to take off. We've seen a bunch of other stars from this era start to take off. And as you guys know, the Kobe Bryant documentary will likely be dropping this year. And if it does, you all know that everyone from this era will get a big boost in prices. The 90s will be, heavily invested in. As we saw with the Last Dance documentary, the 80s got huge increases in prices. Everyone from Karl Malone to Michael Jordan, even to Steve Kerr got a big price increase. So as you guys know, if the 90s get the Kobe documentary, this card is certainly going to be one that goes up quite a lot. Another big international icon that I'm really looking at right now is Yao Ming. I know you can't call him a top 30 player of all time. You can't call him a top 50 player of all time, but he is an international icon. Everyone in China loves Yao Ming. They love even Jeremy Lin. And even if they're not as good of a player as another player who is at the same price, this card has a lot more potential simply because Yao Ming has such a large fan base. So I certainly believe that these cards have a lot of room for growth. Obviously, they've already gone up quite a lot from where I was buying them, but still a lot of room for growth. But another thing is obviously the Kobe Bryant documentary. And I personally believe Kobe Bryant's alternative year Topps Chromes will start to get a lot of recognition. 2003 is one of the most iconic sets. It's starting to become very iconic with LeBron headlining the set, obviously. As you guys know, 86 Fleer is super iconic. 2008 Topps Chrome is very iconic now. The next sets, I believe, are going to be 1996 Topps Chrome and 2003 Topps Chrome. And Kobe's one of the biggest icons from this generation, and his documentary is going to come out. I believe all of his Topps Chromes are going to be very high, a lot more than they are right now. As you guys know, this is actually not a Topps. You definitely want to be careful, because as you guys can see, it's a regular Topps, and the title says Topps Chrome, so you definitely want to stay careful on these. But if you can find the Topps Chromes for under around $60, that is a very good buy. So this is a Topps Chrome right here. I believe, as we saw, Michael Jordan's 1996 Topps Chromes are doing very well right now. I believe Kobe in 2003 could be a very good buy. So that's like Kobe's Topps Chrome and LeBron's rookie year. Two iconic Lakers players. Very iconic pose on this card. This card certainly has a lot of potential in my eyes. All of Kobe's Topps Chromes are very low pop report, so I think all of them have a lot of room to go up. 1997 has gone up through the roof. I think 1998 Topps Chrome Kobe will do the same eventually, as we saw with the Jordan documentary. When there is so much demand on one player, a lot of their fourth best cards, fifth best cards can get a lot of price increases. So Michael Jordan, during his documentary, his 1998 Fleer, which was 2 years after his rookie card Fleer, was actually going for a lot of money. So there's a lot of room for growth in Kobe, considering his documentary, just going into a lot of his Topps Chrome cards, going into a lot of his secondary cards, his third, best cards. In terms of, if you guys are looking for Kobe Bryant rookie cards, I believe 1996 Bowman's Best is a very good buy. The pop report on this is very low compared to his Topps rookie card, and everyone loves the look of the card, the feel of the card. At the time of the release, Bowman's Best was going for basically as much as his Topps Chrome, and his Topps, so a lot more than his Topps actually. So there's a lot of room for growth in his Bowman's Best rookie cards. So I highly suggest looking for alternatives. If you cannot quite afford his Topps Chrome, if you cannot quite afford, LeBron's Topps Chrome, look for other alternatives, because they will also see big increases, because chances are there's many people like you who cannot afford, LeBron's rookie card, LeBron's Topps Chrome rookie card, so they might have to go to his Bazooka, or whatever else it is. It could be his Fleer Tradition. There's so many different cards of these rookie cards that you definitely want to go ahead and pick out, whichever ones you can afford, because they're all going to hold good value. As there's so much demand in LeBron right now, there's so much demand in Kobe, there's so much demand in Michael Jordan, there's so much room for growth for their prices to increase. And a lot of people cannot afford their, most coveted rookie cards. So they're going to have to go for second cards, third cards, whichever option they can get. Like 1996 Topps Chrome Michael Jordan is a card I was buying very early, and they've started to go up quite a lot. As you can see here, PSA 9s are running more than $500 nowadays. His Topps regular has been going crazy. So just so much money to be made in this market. I definitely recommend sticking with, at the moment, Modern is not doing too well. And, there's so much opportunity in these. I wouldn't even call it vintage, but it kind of is vintage. It's kind of the mid-era between vintage and modern. So like the 90s are doing very well right now. Even the early 2000s are doing very well. So many undervalued cards. I think Steve Nash is one who will get a big rise from Kobe's documentary. He was one of Kobe's most fiercest competitors with the Suns. So I certainly believe Steve Nash is very undervalued for what he did. And this is 1996 Topps, which is becoming a very iconic set, as I mentioned. So a lot of the stars from the set will start to increase in price, as they already are doing. So cards like this, a top Steve Nash for $40. If you can grade that into a 10, obviously they are quite hard to grade. That one looks off-centered. But if you have a grading guy, lots of money to be made doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much been the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, if you would like to join the program and get all the picks, go ahead, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code WINTER2020 to get you 15% off. I want to give a big congratulations to my guy Nico for winning the Trae Young Red, White, Blue PSA 10. In our next video, we will start to host our next giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And other than that, I'm out. Peace.